happy brain, learning about your thinking happy brain.
Sitting at traffic lights yesterday, I was reminded how fundamental the three colour code of red, amber and green is within our society. A red pen is often an indicator of being wrong, for example. And if I'm writing text on my computer, misspelt words will appear underlined in red. Danger signs are invariably red coloured, and you wouldn't wave a red rag in front of a bull, would you? From an early age, the colour red alerts us to stop. Green, on the other hand, generally has the opposite effect, and we can think of green as calming. It's okay to go colour. I often use the traffic light analogy when I'm working with children to help them to develop movement in their thinking, to help them to feel, think and behave with a flow, rather than being stuck at one particular traffic light, so to speak. So I often explore the feelings of red and the feelings of green and the feelings of orange, which is really the state of flow and time for choices. Now, 7-year-old Adam came to see me in maybe 2007. He had a problem with rage, with temper tantrums, and his mum told us that Adam had tantrums that lasted for 45 minutes at a time because he became stuck in an unresourceful state and he needed new ways to take charge of his behaviour. Adam and I explored the traffic light analogy. He decided the colour red would represent his angry brain, green would be the colour of his happy brain, and orange was the colour of his helper brain that would unstick his feelings. So then we got busy chatting about having fun and feeling really proud of his behaviours. And when he was really in that great mood, he drew the feelings he felt of his green, happy brain, and he used these expressions. The picture carried an emotional meaning to Adam's subconscious mind. So for me, that would become a resource should I lose rapport with his thinking, language, brain parts. Next, we chatted about things and situations that made him angry, sad or mad, and I encouraged Adam to feel into those feelings, those red brain parts, before he drew his red brain. And having accessed Adam's unhelpful emotions, we needed to break him away from the feelings because, he was used to being stuck in those red brain feelings. And so to interrupt his brain pattern, we played with my dogs. He giggled when we acted out, handing over his red brain thoughts to Oscar, the therapy dog. Laughter changes brain chemistry, and therefore it changes the emotional glue in the neural connections. And of course, I was providing his neurology with a new strategy for dealing with anger, as he could now imagine at least handing over his red brain thoughts to Oscar. However, red brain thoughts from the thinking mind and red brain feelings from the lower lobes are different, and we still needed an additional tool to help him manage his rage. Adam decided that his little brain helper buddies, the orange team, were explorers of smart ideas and possibilities. In his imagination, these little orange guys even made sounds like working on a computer keyboard. Little orange guys. Now we had 3 colour-coded resources that Adam could play with and discover more ways to help himself. I photocopied each drawing, making the red parts smallest, the green parts biggest, as subconscious indicators of his own power. He cut them out and we laminated them, and then these images became useful resources during our working together. He used them in many ways for his whole brain thinking, directing thinking mind's attention towards solutions that managed his different emotions by taking actions using his reptilian brain energy. For example, flashcard charades, acting out the 3 major feelings and their different sensations in sequence: red, orange, green. It teaches the child's neurology to keep processing until the good green brain feeling. Adam previously had become stuck at red, and now his brain knew how to move on with a little help from his brain buddies. NLP calls this chaining anchors. Number 2, splat. While accessing the feelings of a red brain, Adam could take the green card and splat it on top of the red one, making an exaggerated noise. This metaphor uses sound, sight, and action to generate a sense of control, perception of control. Third activity was squish, because if splat isn't strong enough, Adam could take out the orange card and squish in a side-to-side movement over the red one. And then he could take 3 deep balloon breaths and blow out onto each orange card. So those big, deep belly breaths from balloon breathing. Long blow out over the orange card. And on the last long out breath, gently place the green card on top. Remember, balloon breathing switches off a stress reaction inside the nervous system, so we're really stacking his chances of a successful outcome here. Number 4, visualization, a closed eyes imagery, imagining, imprinting into the mind's eye, imagining working through those different states, having different behavioural responses, so that he gets a chance for new success. Remember, these connections are made in an instant, and teaching children behavioural flexibility is a gift for life. Separating Adam's identity from behaviour, after all, he was not a naughty child, he had just become stuck in inappropriate behaviours. Now he was free to self-manage his feelings, and therefore he could make better decisions. Adam's mum wrote to me a few weeks later. She was delighted to report no further tantrums. That was 45 minutes of tantrums at each time to none, in just a few weeks of practicing new ways to run his brain. Adam, not his real name obviously, is now a very calm, confident and delightful 19-year-old. Things could have turned out very differently had Adam remained unable to manage his feelings and his habituated rage. He may have acquired a strong label as a naughty boy. Thankfully, his parents understood the importance of these play techniques. Perhaps the next time you're sat at a red traffic light, you'll remember the deep balloon breaths that activate orange brain buddies to keep the flow until it's green to go.
Learning how to drive your happy brain.